Victor Wembanyama is unlike any player we've seen before. His alien-like fluidity and two-way skill set as a 7'4" guy has garnered him hype and attention rivaled by very few, and he's backed it all up with his play as of late, formally introducing himself to the world with near 40 pieces against the Ignite, leading the Mets to a great record in the BetClick Elite League, and even helping France qualify for the World Cup. If you don't know what Wemby is about just yet, you'll know soon enough. Usually we start with his defense, but in this one it's time we give some early love to his unbelievable offensive upside because
this game has always been and will always be about buckets.
This is the type of stuff that at this point has probably amassed billions of views across platforms. At 7'4", 7'5", the man can already handle the ball in ways we've never seen, breaking down defenders in isolation and driving all the way to the bucket, finishing with layups, dunks, and even self-putbacks if he misses the first one. And he's showing off an ever-growing mid-post game where he's got, such great balance and proprioception or awareness of his own body. And that's led to him converting these fades and looking like the descendant of Mike, Kobe, and Hakeem in the process.
You're going to say, okay, me and you, it's real, Tim. Here's Victor on it.
They're no longer in the picture once he elevates into his shot. The difficult turnaround jumper.
Avec Victor Wembanyama face à Isaiah Mike. Il arrive à se retourner.
Here Wemby goes in and out cross, sees the help defense and smoothly spins, gets to his spot to rise over the defender for just an easy little turnaround. And then here, I just love this play. It's a quick little cross tween going left. He drives, picks the ball up at the free throw line, goes off his right foot at the dot and finishes with his inside hand. And no disrespect to Nasri, but there might be a new guy taking over the Big Jelly nickname. And even some of the stuff that he hasn't gotten to go is just as exciting because he is still 18. And the move down to Pro A full-time and into a situation that allows him to explore a little more was an excellent decision for his development. And it's looking like it'll pay off big time in the long run.
Wembanyama. Oh, le speed move.
Victor Wembanyama. Oh!
While some of the creation and guard stuff is great, a lot of his appeal comes from being able to play on the inside, and he's shown the ability to mix it up and get easy offense playing as a roll man and lob threat, getting putbacks and just using his touch to convert in close. He can still get a ton better as a screener, but in terms of footwork, agility, finishing, and catch radius, the play finishing is obvious. And I'm curious to see how he ultimately gets used, especially early on in his career, because in different settings and matchups we've seen him mix it up a ton, but having this as a base is super valuable, though it doesn't get as much attention. Right now, across 8 Pro A games, 2 exhibitions against the Ignite, and 2 FIBA games, Wemby is shooting around 39% from 3, which is exactly what we wanted to see from him. His ability to do it off the catch, in transition, on spot ups, and pick and pop or go situations, and even off the dribble and on the move is truly alien-like at his size. I don't know what this is, but the man J.R. Smith strided out all the way into the corner at 7 foot something and fluidly let it fly like it was nothing. The thing is that he's flashed all of this in the past. It's just been a matter of matching it with the shooting splits, and right now he's doing that. You definitely want to see him be more consistent. He's in the low 30s from deep in Pro A, and you want to see how it looks all over a bigger sample size. But other than that, he's been exceeding my expectations coming into this season, and he's got an obvious sky-high ceiling in this area. Now getting into what he's been up to on the other end of the floor. Among other things, Wemby has been a high-level rim protector this year. He's the best one in this draft and one of the best ever in that regard in terms of pre-draft prospects. He's currently averaging nearly 3 blocks a game, whether it's coming under the bucket or in help side situations like this one, sending the number 2 pick's dunk attempt to another planet. He's special and uses every bit of that wingspan and good timing to contest shots, and more importantly, he's consistently deterring players from the bucket, which, while it can't 100% be quantified, is a huge part of protecting the rim, and he's done that at a high level. Now this play isn't in the half court or help side, but the way he's able to both make one guy make a decision and block the dunk attempt in a 2-on-1 situation is just ridiculous, and the list of players who could pull this off just isn't long. And then of course we get to his versatility and ability to move on a perimeter, which is something that'll always catch your eye. He's shown that he can keep up and at least impact shots against perimeter oriented players, and that's a huge asset. He'll reasonably have a learning curve in the league out there, but all things considered, he's been extremely impressive. The amount of times he's blocked or affected shots on the perimeter when he looks like he has no business doing so has been pretty wild to see.
Shoot en corner, le contre.
Chassant, Jordan Floyd, il se fait contrer.
He has and can play several different coverages in the pick and roll, which is an important thing for bigs in modern basketball. Whether you want to funnel guys inside, have him to the level, even switch a little, he's at least shown amazing flashes in each of those areas. And ultimately, this all-around defensive versatility is a huge part of what makes him someone who should be a perennial all-defense and defensive player of the year candidate once he hits the league. Now, one thing I will say is that his pick and roll technique can be spotty at times. He does have a tendency to kind of rely on his agility and length to the fullest. He can be undisciplined in terms of his footwork there and put himself in situations that he doesn't need to be, which is fine at his age, but it's something that has stood out so far in looking for things that he can still get better at as a guy who's been pretty much good at everything.
Et ils ont franchi la barre des 100 points. Les Mets, à faute.
Now, usually in the going forward part of these videos, there's a clear area or two that's possibly going to swing them up or down some spots in the draft, or that you just want to see in the future, whether that was some Apollo shooting in defense, or you wanted to see Chet be more aggressive offensively and shoot the ball more, whatever it is. That is just not the case with Wemby. The main thing I really want to see from him is continuing to win games, but of course I still have a few things I want to talk about that we haven't already. He has a lot of room to grow, but he's shown that he can make some next level reads as a playmaker, whether that's on short rolls. While he's far from there yet, he's shown some real promise as a playmaker, whether it was the next level reads on short rolls, some work as a live ball handler, or just being a step ahead on the interior. It's been there for sure, but I think his accuracy needs some work. I think his decision making in certain situations could use more reps and just time to get used to certain things. And this is the area I think I'm most curious about down the stretch offensively. One thing that's fairly obvious for him is what adding strength and potentially weight could do for him over time. I think he has the frame to be bigger, but obviously you want to preserve that agility at all costs. They say he doesn't lift weights yet, which I think is a positive for him. He's doing a lot of injury prevention, plyos, extensive warm-ups, other body weight exercises, etc. But long-term, getting stronger to better handle players in the post defensively, be able to bang with centers and other physical players is significant on that side. The good thing is there that he's already made a lot of progress. He's not getting bumped off of positions as much as he used to. And then on the other side, being able to fully take advantage of mismatches in the post, not having to settle for fades as often and just converting easy buckets is what you want to see more of. We alluded to it, and the injuries have been a topical conversation with Wemby for a while. But with that added info on how he takes care of his body and the attention to detail that he puts in, I'm definitely less concerned than I've been in the past. If we see him sustain his health throughout this season, I probably won't think twice about it when it comes to drafting him. And to keep it really simple with y'all, he is so unbelievably talented that it would have to be nearly catastrophic or so degenerative for us not to view him as the surefire #1 pick. That's how amazing a talent he is, and it's to the point that I don't even want to bring it up anymore because they didn't do that with Penny pre-draft, they didn't do that with Grant Hill, and it all still happened the way it did. The list goes on and on of different situations. With all that being said, Victor Wembanyama is an absolutely generational talent, a guy you do everything within your power to go get, and someone who is going to change the course of a franchise and maybe even change the game in some ways. If you don't believe me, just ask them.
I mean, he's generational, you know, I ain't never seen nothing like it. I'm happy that I ain't, I'm not gonna be in the league a long time with that.
I've never seen this before in my life.
It's crazy.
Crazy. And he has a good attitude.
A good attitude, huh?
Yeah, if he stays healthy, he's going to be really good.
He's for sure a generational talent, and hopefully he continues to stay healthy. That's what's most important for him personally.
If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and comment down below what you think of Victor Wembanyama's game so far. Is he a better prospect than LeBron? Did you watch for yourself and think the hype is too much? let me know in the comments down below. I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm Keandre. This is Hoop Intellect. Until next time, I'm out.
It's obviously an honor to see such great people talk like this about me. The thing is, I didn't do anything yet. I didn't play a game in the NBA yet. I wasn't drafted. And so I gotta stay focused to reach my goals, because it's gonna be tough in time to get better every day and stay consistent.